What's going on, guys? Today I got a really long battle for you guys today, and if you guys haven't checked out my last video, I am doing a shiny Aegislash video, so check that out in the beginning. Now I got a battle against Jack. He was a passerby, and this was a really long battle, and it was a really good one, so I sped it up a lot. So he's gonna lead out with his Noivern. I'm gonna lead out with my Azumarill. I have a huge matchup advantage against him, but he's obviously going to switch out, and he's gonna go out into his Skarmory, which is definitely very good against my Azumarill, using a lot of adjectives in this in this video so far. So I'm gonna switch out, knowing that I really can't touch his Skarmory, and expecting spikes or Stealth Rock. I'm just gonna go out to my Mandibuzz and, you know, try to defog away the hazards when he sets them up. But he goes for the Toxic, which is definitely not too common on Skarmory, but since it doesn't learn Stealth Rock, maybe he needed another option. But I'm just gonna go for the knockoff to try to knock off the leftovers, so that's a lot more manageable. But actually doesn't have leftovers at all. He had the Rocky Helmet, as you can see, but I do get some knockoff residual damage on his Talonflame, so I don't have to do as much damage. And I also do have a Skarmory with Rocky Helmet as well, so if he wants to go for a Flurblitz, he's pretty much just killing himself from the recoil and the Rocky Helmet. So I'm going to switch out to Azumarill, expecting him to go for the Brave Bird, and if he wanted to stay in, I would be able to just go for the Aqua Jet and try to knock him out, but obviously I wouldn't do that because I would just double switch. So he's going to go out to his Mega Kanga as he U-turns out from Talonflame, and I'm gonna go out into my Skarmory because I have Rocky Helmet, and this is pretty much the best answer to Mega Kanga in the game, or at least one of the best. So I get some Rocky Helmet recoil, and I really need to heal up to full to activate that Sturdy again. So I'm just gonna go for the Roost as he goes out into his own Skarmory, which is definitely interesting. I'm not too sure of why he actually did this, because he's gonna switch again and he's gonna go out into his Lantern. Maybe he expected me to go out to Mandibuzz, but my Mandibuzz doesn't carry Roost because I put in the daycare and they taught it Nasty Plot over Roost, so I wasn't able to reteach it Roost after that, but I will soon, I guess. So he's gonna go out to Lantern, like I said, and go for the T-Bolt. My Tangrowth definitely eats that up, and he goes for a Toxic as I go for a Stun Spore, expecting him to go out to Talonflame. Now I don't know why he would actually go for Toxic, because I could have just 1-hit KO'd him, which is, I don't know why you would ever do that. But he is going to go out in Talonflame right here as I go for a Leech Seed. Obviously the right play right there, because I might have wanted to go for Stun Spore twice in a row, but I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to do that with the Toxic damage racking up on me. And I didn't know that Stun Spore didn't affect electric types. I thought it was only electric type attacks that couldn't paralyze them. So he's going to go for the U-turn again, and I get a little bit more residual damage. I don't think that mattered too much, just because Leaf Storm is still not going to be able to kill the Talonflame. I think I might need one more Rocky Helmet damage. I mean, one more Rocky Helmet hit. So right here, I'm going to be a little brave, not impish, and go for a Spikes right here as he goes out to his Lantern. I thought that he would want to double switch right there, if at all, but he's been playing really predictable, but it's whatever. Except the one play where he went for Toxic on my Tangrowth, I definitely didn't understand that play. So he's actually going to substitute right here to Toxic Stall me, but I do have Leaf Storm and Earthquake, so if he wants to try to PP Stall me or do whatever to my Leaf Storm so that he's able to substitute before I go to -6 or whatever, it's not going to be too effective because I do have Earthquake to fall back on. So he's gonna go for the substitute the second time, as I do go for the Earthquake, and it's looking pretty good for me right now, because even though I did lose my Skarmory, I still have 2 layers of spikes. But the thing is, I did lose my Skarmory, so the Talonflame and the Kangaskhan are just gonna destroy me. So the past few games I've been playing extremely recklessly, and I really don't care about it because they're just Wi-Fi battles, and I really haven't been taking X and Y too seriously. But like I said, the Leaf Storm damage is not going to be able to take out the Talonflame. Maybe if I got like a max roll and an extra turn of Rocky Helmet damage, it would have been able to take it out. But there's also the fact that I was at -2 with the Leaf Storm. So he's going to go for the Brave Bird right here. It's really unfortunate that I don't have Roost on this Mandibuzz, because I would be at 50% after we went for another Brave Bird, because another Brave Bird isn't going to be able to knock me out. So really wish I did have the Roost, because either way, if he switched out as I go for Whirlwind right here, if he switched out, I would be at full almost, I just needed to take, I would just take Rocky, or not Rocky Helmet, Toxic Recoil, and if he went for Brave Bird, I would be at half, and he would be forced to go for a return over a power up punch and have less pressure on me, because right here I am actually going to go out into my Charizard over something else that I would prefer to go out into, because he's at +1, and I know that Charizard may be able to take a +1 return. I'm not too sure, but at the same time I still threaten him by being able to potentially outspeed him and go for a Flare Blitz and knock him out. So I'm just gonna go for a Flare Blitz right there, and I do get the burn. This is huge. This burn is gonna allow me to put his Noivern on a clock without actually doing anything to it. So right here I'm gonna go out into Azumarill. I thought he would have went for the Hurricane to play it safe, but he goes for the Draco Meteor, and my Azumarill is obviously going to be immune to that, and I'm gonna go for the Aqua Jet. I'm really not double switching at all. I really should be, because I do have hazards up, so it would really put a lot of pressure on him, but I don't know why I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna switch out into my Lizardon as he goes for another Toxic, which is why I wish I kind of had a Steel type on this team. I don't even remember if I do. So right here I'm gonna go for the Dragon Claw, because I thought that he would go out into his Lantern to take the Flare Blitz and deal a ton of recoil damage to me, but he just stays in, and the recoil damage wouldn't even be too much because I do have 2 layers of spikes up, so he would obviously take less damage from less HP. I probably should have went for the Flare Blitz, because I still do have Roost on this, and I could set up a Roost anytime on a Skarmory in the later stages of the game. So I'm gonna go for a Flare Blitz right here. It's gonna deal a ton of damage to me because of the Rocky Helmet and the natural recoil and toxic damage. So that's pretty unfortunate for me. He's gonna go for another Roost, and at this point my Charizard is going to die. So that's very, very unfortunate for me, and I'm gonna be forced to go out into my frog thing. I forget his name because I nicknamed it Unalak. So I'm just gonna go for Scald right here, just in case he wanted to go out to Kangaskhan. I knew that an Ice Beam, I'm pretty sure that an Ice Beam would not be able to take it out. And right here I do get a burn, which is which is, like I said, again, huge. I get burn with Flare Blitz, get a burn with Scald, and the first turn Scald burn is going to be huge because it cancels out his leftovers and it deals damage. So I'm going to go for Spikes, because I was pretty sure that I needed one more turn of burn before I would be able to knock it out with an Ice Beam, because obviously I do get stabbed with Ice Beam. So the Ice Beam is going to be a little bit stronger than the Scald, and that's definitely going to be able to knock that thing out. And things are looking back. Things are looking good again. And now, right here, I didn't know if Noivern outsped Unalak. Maybe he was choice scarfed, but he obviously is confident that he's going to be able to outspeed me. So I go out into my Tangrowth right there to you know, try to take the Draco Meteor or the whatever, as he does go for the Draco Meteor right here. And at this point I think that he didn't have Hurricane, or he didn't just want to use it, and I knew that I was gonna die anyway, so I just sacked my Tangrowth to his Noivern, because I didn't want my Azumarill to take any more damage than it already did, because it's gonna be a key component in taking down his Kangaskhan, because my Tangrowth will not be able to do that. So I know that if he wants to go for Sucker Punch, then he's gonna have to hit me with when I'm a Dark type. So I actually switch out right here as he stays in, and I was considering going for the Superpower over the Aqua Jet, but I go for the Aqua Jet anyway, and I get a crit. Definitely mattered. I'm really hacking this dude, but it's really still close, because he's definitely got a nice team, and I don't have half my movesets complete. So I'm gonna go for the Superpower right here, and I do not knock his thing out, and I'm considering going for the Aqua Jet right here, but I decided against it because I thought that maybe a Superpower at -1, but that was super effective, would maybe be able to knock this thing out. But it puts him at around the same amount of HP, and I know that an Aqua Jet would not be able to take him out at this point. And I thought that Skarmory was the last Pokemon on his team, and I wanted to just showcase that I have Hidden Power Fire on my Greninja. So I decided to just go for the Empower Fire and knock out his last Pokemon and take the victory. But lo and behold, he has another Pokemon, and it's an Aegislash. So I'm just gonna go for the Hidden Power Fire because it's the strongest attacking move that I have against this thing, and I thought that maybe just maybe it would be able to knock it out. But I just activate the weakness policy, and it's definitely not going to be able to take it out. I probably should have went for a Scald because I went for an Empower Fire earlier in one of my previous matches, and it only did like 50-60% to an Aegislash. So right here, I'm going to go out to Bloomju and go for the Aqua Jet. And unfortunately, this is my doubles anti-Trick Room Azumarill that I used to just take on Trick Room teams. And I have a Brave Nature with 0 speed IV, so he will be able to outspeed me. And that's going to be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. I'm definitely going to be taking this game more seriously right now because finals week is over. I have entire month of winter break, and I guess that's it for the video. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.